Are we here? Are we alive? Are you here? Am I here? Are we actually here? Is Elden Ring here? Let's get some game audio. There we go. Right at the end of the song. Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Hi, Lumi here, and we are back with more Elden Ring, specifically Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree. This is our third stream of the DLC now. And we are going to be making more progress through the first of many legacy dungeons contained within this DLC, which would be Belurat, Tower Settlement. It's the name of the stream, it's the name of the VOD. But before we continue exploring the rest of Belurat, or however you want to say it, we do need to backtrack. There are a few small items that I missed. So I'd like to go back and grab those. Hopefully that shouldn't take us much more than like 30 minutes, and then, yeah, we'll just continue on with the rest of the dungeon and see what awaits us at the end of it. Welcome into stream, everyone. It's so lovely to see you all around. Of course, hello to my amazing wife, Moon. Hello to great friends, community members, Melissa and Sharks. It's lovely to see you both around. And of course, hello to any lurkers, VOD watchers, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. Thank you so much for dropping by. And thank you for the patties as well, Melissa. I am doing pretty good, I would say. Today has been what I would describe as a bit of a roller coaster day for me, where I woke up, I was feeling great, and then I wasn't. And then I was feeling great, and then I wasn't. But right now, I'm feeling great. I feel energized, I feel rested. I'm just excited to get back to more Elden Ring stuff. But I do think that I wanted to talk about that. Like, Australia's in the middle of summertime at the moment, and we're getting hit with heat wave after heat wave after heat wave after heat wave. And obviously, like, you know, I'm keeping the coolers on, you know, got fans on and everything, staying as cool as I could possibly be. But I think the weather was just getting to me a little bit today. I think that was it. Just the summer weather was kind of making me a little bit cranky. So I do apologize if at any point during the stream I come off as a little bit moody or cranky. I'm just gonna blame it on the weather. Trust me, you don't ever want to have to deal with Australian summer. Yeah, 40 degrees Celsius, and you know, that's just your average day. It's a lot. But anyway. Welcome into stream as well, Fizz. It's lovely to see you around. Moon says the DLC soundtrack is something else. I did have that playing at the start of the stream, yeah. Hi, Fizz. Hi. Moon says, lesson learned, don't rub your eye after applying muscle cream. Oh, absolutely don't. No, you probably gotta clean your eye out now a little bit. You're probably best to act on that ASAP. Hang on, before we load up our save file, I just want to quickly shout out the Brain Buddy and also do the special Brain Buddy command. Thank you so much for being here, Fez. It's lovely to see everyone all around. So yeah, let's just boot up our save file. Let's go and backtrack, get those items that we missed that I want to get, and then we will continue on with the rest of Belurat, or Belurat, or however you want to say it, whatever your preference is. Can you believe that this is the first time we're playing Elden Ring in 2026? I haven't played Elden Ring since last year, because the last time I streamed it was on the 30th of December, I believe, in Australian time. So yeah, it's been a year since we last played Elden Ring. That was hours ago. I'm fine now. Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. Okay, so first, let's backtrack to, I think it's around here. There's an Ash of War that we missed. Then there's also a bell bearing that we missed around the Prospect Town. And then I actually, like, I mentioned it during the previous Elden Ring stream, but there was a great jar that we could hop on top of in the Belurat jail that I just didn't. So we want to go and do all of that before we continue on with the Belurat Tower Settlement dungeon. So let's go to the 3 Path Cross here. I don't think Hornsent or Freya have anything new to say. I mean, it never hurts to check. I can tap through if I've seen it before.
In battle, you can...
Yeah, and then Hornsent will say the same thing about following Miquella's footfalls or whatever.
I urge you, as long as you abide by his footfalls.
Yeah, okay. So there should be an Ash of War around here-ish. It should be Savage Lion Claw, which is like a more powerful version of Lion's Claw, I believe. And I know my main weapon can't be infused with Ashes of War, but my other two weapons can, and that's worth something. I think it's around here-ish. Oh, yeah, there you go. Ash of War, Savage Lion's Claw. Nice. Let's take a look at it. This Ash of War grants an armament the heavy affinity and the following skill. Savage Lion's Claw. Skill of the particularly brave, even among the red mains. Somersault forwards, striking foes with armament. An additional strike may be performed with an additional input. Usable on swords, axes, and hammers, with small armaments and thrusting swords accepted. Okay. Oh yeah, so 20 FP for the initial swing, and then 10 more for the follow-up. Okay. Hey V! It's lovely to see you around. Hope you're doing alright. I'm not judging Hornsent, but that doesn't seem like a healthy Miquella's Feet obsession. I mean, Miyazaki worked on this game, so, you know, you gotta sneak in the foot fetish somewhere. Hope you're doing alright. It's lovely to see you around, and it's lovely to be back in the Shadow Realm. Or the Realm of Shadow. There's multiple ways to refer to this realm. So that mean, have you seen the Lion's Claw? Do you want to see it again? Exactly, for 10 more FP. Yeah, this is cool. I don't think I would use it, but it is cool regardless. Okay. There were some item descriptions that I kind of wanted to review a little bit later, so we'll do that once we've finished collecting our items. Something incredible ahead. Visions of Wolf. Night. Try revenge. Hey Goblin, thank you so much for the business suit redeemed. Yeah, we got that on discount right now. Thank you so much for the head pats as well. Let me vanish. I know, I vanished halfway through the head pat. I'm so sorry for that. But yeah, let me quickly swap outfits, and I'm just gonna get into this, and bam, there we go, business suit Lumi. Hope you're doing alright. It's lovely to see you around, and in fact, while I'm here, I'm also gonna give you a shout out, because Goblin is awesome. And she was last doing some Lunacid, which is a sick-ass game that is very much inspired by the Kingsfield games, which maybe we'll play those in the future as a stream incentive. Obviously with guides. I'm not playing the Kingsfield games completely blind. That sounds like torture. Yeah, lovely to see you around. Alright, so now that we got the Savage Lion's Claw, there is a bell bearing that we completely missed over here, and I'm not surprised that I missed it, because it is acquired through a method that I haven't really seen the game do before. I know, okay, we've done it once before. Basically, we have to shoot down an iron pot, or a great jar, I believe, that has the bell bearing in it. And I think it's around here-ish. We might have to kill some of the blood fiends just so I can look around a bit more safely. Especially if they're gonna spot me here. But I don't mind that at all, because I need a refresher on how to play Elden Ring. I need to remember what all my buttons do. But I think I'm fine. I just gotta make sure I don't accidentally press Monster Hunter buttons. My last Lunacid run was a lot of fun, great game. It's awesome. So I've heard, so I've heard. I don't want to promise that I'll play it, but it is a game that, if I had unlimited time in the world, then I'd probably play it. Yeah, I'm trying to see, where's this big pot? We need to shoot it down. I could look up the exact spot, or I could use my eyes. Instead of going, I can't see it, where is it? think it's around... It's around more this way, I think. And I think we might have also missed some more of the Great Jars in the Belurat Everjail. So we can all suffer trauma of going through that place again together. Just to make sure that I actually got everything. Oh, and I left a message there, actually. Yeah, here it is. Oh my gosh, 2 people liked it. So I put this right after the boss fight with the demi-human swords master. And it says Night Rain. I'm glad that people like it. Because the demi-human swords master is in Night Rain. Not even as part of the Night Rain DLC, just in the base game of Night Rain. Oh, that's it there. Hold item, and then try ranged battle. I wonder if I could get this with my lightning spear. It's kind of hard without like the aiming reticle that you'd get with like a bow, but it's very much possible. Ooh, yeah, we got it. Nice. There we go, that's another item that we missed. And can you blame me for missing it? String Seller's Bell Bearing. Alright, there we go. Cool. So now we can go back to the Belurat jail, and I think there's... I'm gonna have to look it up. I think there's 3 giant throwing pots in this dungeon. And I need to check how many I actually have. But before then, let's quickly take a look at our new acquisition. String Seller's Bell Bearing. The bell bearing of a horn-sent string seller who did not survive the war. Offer to the Twin Maiden husks at the Round Table Hold to gain access to the following items. String. So, yeah, I mean, infinite string now, baby. I'm very, very happy with it. That's also a very sad description. Or horn-sent. They were massacred by Mesmer and his soldiers. And I don't blame them. Like, we met Hornsent Grandum. I mean, also Hornsent, like just Hornsent that we met near Freya. And yeah, they don't like us, understandably so. But there we go. Oh, and I should probably actually check how many large throwing pots I have, but before then I want to catch up on chat. This says, pray for me, my hiccups won't go away. I'm getting barfy. Oh no, that's the worst feeling. Do you ever do that thing where you like try to hold your breath for as long as possible? Like, and you do that a couple of times? Because that does genuinely help me. Obviously, it might not be the most pleasant to do, but like, just hold your breath for as long as possible. Because I think that like resets the part of your body that's like causing the hiccups. There's like an actual like explanation to why it works. Otherwise, I'll have to scare you midway through stream fizz and scare the hiccups out of you. This says binoculars are probably still accurate for throwing lightning bolt, like how people use it for throwing knives and stuff. That makes sense. And hey Julie, it's lovely to see you around. Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I got this scope there. Very cute. We're just doing some backtracking right now to get some items that we missed before we continue forwards. So yes, I need to check how many throwing pots do I have. Where do I check? It's a key item, I believe. Okay, yeah, I have 2 hefty crack pots, and there's apparently 3 of them down here. So yes, we are missing 2 of them. We're missing 2 more of them, because we should have 4 in total, but we don't. And I think, do we also have the cookbooks that... Let's see, this is where my cookbooks are, right? No, my cookbooks are... I don't actually look at the specific categories. I've always just like looked at the most recently obtained items tab that was added when the DLC came out, and thank goodness for that tab. Yeah, this isn't where cookbooks are stored. No, it's just like maps and tutorials. Is this where cookbooks are stored? No. where are cookbooks stored? Is it key items? Did I scroll? Oh, there we go. Yes. Key items. Perfect. Okay. Because we should have some cookbooks for the whatchamacallit? Yeah, the greater potentates. We got hefty fire pot, lightning pot, hefty fly pot, hefty freezing pot, and okay, yeah. Just making sure that I've collected all the ones available thus far. Hiccups go away, hiccups go away, exactly. Alright, so yeah, we basically need to go through this dungeon a second time to get those two large throwing pots that I missed. And along the way, we might as well review some of the item descriptions from this dungeon, since they seemed to be pretty important, I would think. Yeah, like, there's so many descriptions because, you know, it's been like... I mean, it's been like a week since we last played on stream, but even then, I kind of want to, like... Has it been a week? Roughly, give or take. Yeah, so I kind of want to review some item descriptions again, just to, like, jog my memory with all the lore details. Because you know how I am like that. Yeah, we went to the afflicted ailing village, and we got the ailment talisman. When the weak were infected with the dreaded fly sickness, they perished well before the metamorphosis could take hold. Oddly, those who cared for the infected and made certain they were given a proper burial were never afflicted themselves. And fly mold. Species of fungus known for its deathly sweet stench. Material used for crafting items. Found by hunting manflies. Cultivated using the flesh and blood of manflies, it can serve as pot innards. Right, and then I want to look at the Serpent Crest shield again. A finely made red shield featuring an engraving of a winged serpent excels at guarding against fire, said to have been made to commemorate the beginnings of the crusades started by Mesmer, son of Marika. Yeah, so I just wanted to review, like, these smaller item descriptions before we continued on, if that's alright with everyone. I mean, it's my own stream, so I'm in charge here. No one could object even if they wanted to. Okay. And then I think there was one description I really wanted to look at again. It was the innard meat. Yeah. Scraps of flesh fulfilling great jars. Rancorous spirits cling to the pinkish red, twitching meat. Throw at enemies to inflict damage. This is what becomes of the condemned, who get sliced up and stuffed into jars to become saints instead. Yeah, it's quite fucked, to say the least. I mean, we knew the living jar lore was a bit fucked, but they're elaborating even more in this DLC on just how fucked up it is. And then the Great Jar. A Great Jar which fits comfortably over the head when upturned. Attire of the shamans who perform their worship at jails. Increases the power of throwing pots of all sizes. They offer their prayers to the innards of the Great Jars, such that they might be reborn one day into sainthood. This is the cycle of death and rebirth, taken into the hands of mortal men. Yeah, so we also heard about the shamans last time, which I was like, okay, I'll keep this in mind. Okay, sorry, yeah, my brain is just, like, kind of in laggy mode at the moment, so just give it some time. I gotta review the item description so my brain actually absorbs information. But I think we should be good to continue on in a second or two. Let's be meat in the same jar when we die. Heck yeah, let's do that, Moon. Thank you for the patties as well, Melissa. Alright. F's gone, we win. Yay, I'm glad, Fizz. Yeah, okay, my ability to process information is, like, very much lagging behind at the moment. But that's okay, that's okay. Typically it takes me, like, an hour or two to, like, get back into the flow of reading item descriptions and talking about them. I think we're good to continue ahead. Just after I read this one more time in my head. Alright. So yeah, we just need to go through this dungeon again to get the 2 great jars that I missed. Like the throwing jars. And one of them is like... It's this big drop down with like all the jars, I think. Or it's a different room, I think. Yeah, I don't even remember the layout of the dungeon. This is the problem when you take some time off for holidays and your birthday and everything. You know, we haven't streamed Elden Ring as much recently. My brain does not remember the layout of this dungeon all too well. I mean, this is the start of the dungeon, right? Yeah. I was definitely right in saying, like, we'd need 30 minutes or so just to get all the items that we missed and sort of catch up to speed on everything before continuing along. Right. Right, we have enemies that jump scare us here. Victory! Visions of friends, yeah. It's cool because the section actually, like, visually shows you the, you know, the stuff that happens with the great jars as opposed to needing to read item descriptions to figure out what's going on. But obviously we read item descriptions just to confirm that yes, that is what's happening. Yeah, there's like a specific drop down with a bunch of jars. Oh, I mean, we could also pick up more frozen maggots. Those are crafting materials, those are nice. There's basically an enemy that jumps you at every corner here. I'm just trying to... I'm retracing my steps by killing the enemies. Because I know where we need to go. I think there's 2 specific rooms that we need to go to. Actually, is that a... No, that's not a shortcut, is it? No. Well, we go through here. Ow. I'm just gonna keep looking around until I find what I want to find. I think it's around here-ish. I'm gonna keep saying that multiple times though, so just trust me. Moonhout knows how to say the most romantic thing. She absolutely does. This I can agree with. I guess we can read this ghost's dialogue again. Oh please, not the jar! Anything but that! I promise I won't ever do it again. I swear, a living saint I'll surely be. Please, you must forgive me. Forgive me. Please. Yeah, so that's Ghost before they got shoved into the jar. Yeah, okay, yeah, here's the section. Yes, I remember it now. There's a specific pot that we need to drop on top of to get to the new stuff. Or, not new stuff, but stuff that we missed. Although I think it was... Oh no, there was just you here, right? Yeah. Okay, I remember a lot about this dungeon surprisingly well. Normally I just finish like an Elden Ring mini dungeon and then I immediately forget everything that happened there. Oh, these 2 are aggressive. Alright, so it's recommended that you roll off of the pots. And yeah, there's a specific one that we're looking to land on. I think it's below me, I believe. Yeah, I see it. Should be this one. Oh, what? No! At least I didn't die, baby. But, that's an issue. At least we didn't start the stream by dying by falling. Yeah, it's gonna... pain. I have to try this again, I think. Or though... Could I get up this way? I know there's a great jar that's gonna attack me. Ugh. I don't need to remember Elden Ring combat well, I can just press my funny spin to win button. Yeah, like there's a way to... Yeah, it's from there. Ah! I think I just have to go back to the Grace and start over. Like, Lumi, why are you, putting in this much effort just to get, like, 2 extra giant throwing pots? It's because I want to use them. Why else? I mean, the lore, and also to say that I collected everything, but... I mean, the extra pots don't have different item descriptions, they all have the same description. It's a mixture of wanting to collect everything, and also wanting to use the throwing pots. Alright, I keep misremembering we go this way. Also, this helps me on future playthroughs, because if I found everything on my first playthrough, then that memory will kind of transfer over to subsequent runs where I'm, being a bit less thorough in the game, and only going for items that I want. Surprisingly, you remember a lot when you go to replay a Souls game for the first time. Like, when I replayed Dark Souls 1 after finishing it for the first time, I was like, wow, I remembered so much about, like, where items were and everything. Like, it was amazing how much I retained. So I'm hoping that I have that same effect with Elden Ring, that I'm like, I remember a bunch of things. Okay. I think I could just make the jump here? Or could just... What's this person say? Seek treasure chest. Please. Nice. Okay. I did it. Well done. Thank you. Strong foe ahead. Decoy ahead. Oh god, that scared me. Yeah, welcome to the horror dungeon. We'll be leaving soon. There we go, hefty cracked pot. So we need... Oh my god. We need one more now. We're missing one more. From this dungeon specifically. I don't know how many there are in total across the DLC, I don't mind someone saying the exact number. Because then it gives us something to kind of like count down from, or count up to. But otherwise, now we just continue along here. And we're gonna go back into that big room that had like all of the jars, like in a big circle almost. If I remember where that room is. Yeah, they're called living jars for a reason. Like, we knew that this was what was inside of them in the base game, but, you don't actually get to see them. And now in the DLC, we do get to see the meat. And yeah, so it's down here. Like, around this area with all the pots. It's a massive maze. So, like, it's unsurprising that I didn't get everything here. Actually, I can read this frozen maggot description again since we're here. I'll just read the bottom, though. The maggots develop in great jar innards and are invaluable source... are an invaluable source of sustenance to the prisoners. Ugh, okay. And we're killing the prisoners right now. So in a way, we're showing mercy to them. We're ending their suffering. But of course, I still maintain my rule of I don't attack something unless it attacks me first. Or like it aggroes onto me. But I mean, sometimes I've broken that rule, but on pure mistake. It's like, it's a general philosophy that I like to follow. Yeah, I don't remember how to... Oh, right, there was like a path you had to go along, and then it like led up onto all the jars. I remember now. I remember now. It's not the ladders. You can't actually go off the ladders. I mean, you can, but then they break when you jump, I think. Because, I mean, it makes sense. We are very, very heavy in this armor. I think even if you're not wearing armor, they still break. I mean, I guess they're that frail, huh? I don't think this is quite it. Yeah, you can see why I missed one of the jars here. I was lost in this pot maze. Yeah, it took me quite a while to get through and to you know, supposedly get everything, but then after the stream I looked it up and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? There were 3 hefty throwing pots in this, like, cave? So yeah, we missed one of them, and then I don't know where the other one is. I think it's just like along these pots somewhere. Because I did look it up. I did look up the specific locations of the ones that I missed, and I believe that is the case. It's like along here. Gosh, yeah, this maze is pain incarnate. Monstrosity head. Okay, thank you for the heads up. Oh, do I go like around here and then... And then after this, we'll go and visit Hornsent Grandam again to see if they have new dialogue, and then we'll continue on with Belurat. Yeah, so obviously that's how you get into the center there. But, like, we don't care about getting into the center, we only care about actually getting the lost throwing pot here. Unless... I might have to, like, quickly pause to look it up. Because maybe no, I think there's 2 of them in this room, if I remember correctly from what I saw from when I looked it up. And we definitely grabbed 1 in this room, so it's just a matter of getting the other. Yeah, this maze is evil. Oh, there we go. Perfect. There we go, that's everything in this dungeon. Okay, cool. And since we're here, why don't we review one more item description, just to, like, reread and, you know, get myself back into the flow of reading lore bits. Let's look at the scorpion liver. Fresh organ of a spider scorpion. It is referred to as liver, but no one is quite sure of its purpose. Material used for crafting items, found by hunting spider scorpions, a delicacy known for its numbing toxins. Alright. And then... I guess I could... You know what, I might as well just reread some of the descriptions, just for the fun of it. Not resin. Knot-shaped lump of resin that exuded from the roots of trees. Material used for crafting items. Found near tree roots everywhere in the realm of shadow. Serves as a primitive catalyst, making it suitable for processing using sorceries, incantations, and the like. Okay. And... yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to look at. Although... maybe the Silverhorn Tender again, I can look at that again. Old currency used by horn scent, made by coating spiral horns with silver. Temporarily boosts item discovery. Can also be sold for a high price. These trinkets were once symbolic of society's upper echelons. Yeah, so good to just recap myself on some descriptions here and there. Yeah, Key of Spiral Engraving opens the door to storyroom on the second floor of Belurat, the Tower Settlement. I guess I can look at the Sanjuine Amaryllis again. A blood flower with meaty petals, material used for crafting items, grown by blood fiends in pools of blood. Perhaps even the fiends admire blood's beauty. Alright, there we go. I think that's like all the item descriptions I wanted to reread, so we're all good to continue on now with the Belurat Tower Settlement. But I do want to go and say hi to Hornscent Grandam again. Sanjuine. Yeah, I always mix it up every time I try to say it. So sometimes I'll say it correctly and sometimes I'll say it wrong. I'm never consistent with it. But thank you, Freenium Dude. It's lovely to see you around. Hope you're doing alright. Thank you for the kind words. Welcome back to our very lore-centric playthrough of Elden Ring that is all bosses, all items picked up, of course all items descriptions read. The G is half silent. Oh, Sanjuin. I've got your attention. Did you get a haircut? Just slightly different bangs. As part of this new outfit here, the business suit. Alright, yeah, let's go say hi to Hornscent Grandam again. Because I want to see if there's new dialogue now that, like, we've reloaded the area.
Be gone. These lands were ours since times of old. Be gone. These lands were ours since times of...
Okay, yeah. Grandam's understandably angry at us. For certain.
Be gone. These lands were ours since times of old.
Alright, let's continue on with the dungeon now, because I don't think there's anything that we missed so far in the Belurat dungeon. Grandma Angie, exactly. Thank you for the patties as well. Kaz, I hope you're doing alright. This has always heard it as Sanguin, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna be too up in arms about pronunciation. I will look up the pronunciation of some stuff off stream, though. Because, I mean, I've very much always been a person who has read stuff silently to myself throughout my entire life. So ever since I started streaming, I'm like, wait, how do you actually say these words? Also, it doesn't help that I hang out with a lot of Americans, and so sometimes I say American pronunciation. Like, I don't even say route anymore, I just always say route. Try edge. Yeah, we already got all the items around here, I believe. Alright, let's continue on. Oops. Well, I might as well see if I can run back to that Grace. Should just be through here, right? I'll see how much of the dungeon I remember. Yep, it's through here. Alright, so we haven't been up here. This is completely new to us. Oh no, we have. We did fight... yeah, this warrior once, I think. And I checked, and I don't think you can backstab them, which is a problem for me. But this one guy a lot. Yeah. Understandably so. And this one guy. Alright, so yeah, it's been a while since we last played, so I just kind of need to retrace my steps a little bit. I think we were gonna go this way, but I wanted to explore other paths first and foremost. In ranged only, he's very high in play, spent a lot of time trying to get used to his long dancing combo. Yeah. Understandably so. Oh wait, I didn't mean to attack you. Oh. What was I saying before about not attacking enemies unless they're aggro on me? It's okay, I can... Like, I'm not tired per se, but I am just warming back up to the feel of Elden Ring and like getting back into the flow of things. I gotta make sure to sell the silver horns, because I don't really intend to use them, or the gold horns. Got some man flies there. Right, did we go this way? Beware of right... I think we went up the ladder, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna head along this path and double check everything. Oops. I assumed that one would aggro on me. That was an assumption. There's an item from there. Oh, I remember we came up here and I ran out of flasks. So we didn't explore the rest of this part of the dungeon, I believe. Necessary item ahead. Right, and we got it, and I think it was just an upgrade material. Speaking of which, more smithing stones. We don't actually need them. I mean, I guess they save us runes, but, like, I have so many runes. And we have all of the somber, or not somber smith, I mean, yes, we have all the smithing stone and somber smithing stone bell bearings. And we just collected the string peddler's bell bearing, so now we can also buy string infinitely, which is very nice. We can go this way, let's go this way. Oh no, not the spider scorpions. There's also this. We could check this out. Okay, if I send this back up, is there a secret platform below? I feel like there'd be a player message if there was, but sometimes the player messages haven't loaded in. But in that case, no. Would this be a shortcut? Oh! Oh, lever. Yeah, this is where we started the dungeon. Nice. And then there was another shortcut through... Or was it through here? I don't remember. Yeah, it does not open from this side. Yeah, so there is a shortcut there. Because I remember there were two distinct shortcuts from this first grace. So we got the first one here, which is nice. I really wish that I found that at the end of the previous stream, but I think I was tired. I ran out of flasks, and I think I had a decent bounty of runes on me. I still do have a decent bounty of runes on me, but nothing that we can use to level up right now. I think I just wanted to play it safe. Ow. Lightning spear. I got him. I rode ahead. Yeah. This looked like it was climbable. Does this actually lead to anything? Or is this just... kind of. We can drop down there now? But it also looks like we could just get down there through going around the other way. Wary of enemy. Oh god, hi man. Fly. Okay, and yeah, so this is a unique spot that you can only get to through by climbing. Sure, let's check it out. The wary of enemy. I see there's more of them here. These look like either kindred or rot. No, I think they're man-flies. Speaking of which, good old one-handed moveset is nice for dealing with groups of enemies. Were these Forage a brood, maybe? I don't know. Hey Telv, it's nice to see you around. Yeah, I am suited up. Just getting back into the flow of Elden Ring and taking my time to adjust back to everything. Oh, there's a Michael's Cross. Onsbach wanted us to find one for him, so... Then Beast Bones. Yeah, I guess these are like the visions of storytelling, but therefore ew. Yeah, these kind of look like almost the older man-flies, you know? Ones that have lived and then perished. Alright, so we should get a Shadow Tree fragment from this. Yep. And let's see what Mikola has left behind here. Carved words coalesce. I abandoned here my arm sinistral. Okay. Yeah, so Mikola's like left these behind, has been like gradually shedding off his parts of his body and everything. For what purposes, we still don't know yet. I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to figure out answers. Okay, yeah, I abandoned here my arm sinistral. So we will go and tell Onsbach off about the cross either after the dungeon or soon-ish. Oh, dried bouquet. Sister is the left one, I say. Let's take a look at the dried bouquet. This looks like a talisman. A quaint bouquet of dried flowers, offered to a small grave. Raises attack power when a spirit you have summoned dies. The sorrow that flows from the untimely demise of a loved one is a tenderness shared by all, regardless of birthplace. Yeah, it's very much true. Okay. Wait, sorry, I want to look at the description one more time. Oh god, no, I won't look at it one more time. My ability to process information is a bit off right now, so maybe we'll go back to the Grace and I'll have a short little stretch and hydrate break. Because that can generally help me when my brain is, like, on slow mode. Which, you know, is not fun at all. It's not fun being disabled. And I don't say this stuff to sound, like, funny or quirky or whatever. It's like, this is just stuff I deal with every day, and it's no fun. But I'm not gonna be downer about it. I think, yeah, we'll go back to the first Grace, take a little break, and then we can continue onwards. Thank you for the patties, Fez. Alright, let's go to the first grace here. We'll sit down, we'll take a stretch and hydrate break, and I'll be back in a couple minutes to pick things back up again. And just sit down at the grace here. Obviously, we can't get a level up. More importantly, we cannot upgrade our Shadow Tree Blessing just yet. We need 2 of them. We only have 1 in our inventory right now. So, yes, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Please do take care of yourselves, everyone. Grab yourselves a snack and a drink if you can / want to. And, I'll be back after a short little break. I'll see you all then. Take care, everyone. Alright, and I am back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Okay, I think I managed to calm my reading anxiety down a little bit, and also I just quickly double-checked my questline notes for this area. So there's an invasion that we can do here. I want to do that invasion, and then after that I want to go and talk to Ansbach about the cross that we found. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Alright, let me stand back up here. I will look at the description one more time. For some reason, my brain was just getting stuck on, like, fully processing, like, the little bit at the bottom. And I don't know why, because, like, that is a sentence that I can understand just fine. I guess just sometimes my brain gets stuck on a sentence and kind of wants to reread it over and over just to reassure my brain that it actually understands things. I don't know, it's like a way of calming my OCD down. I don't think I actually have OCD, but it kind of feels like it sometimes. As for, like, the effectiveness of this talisman, we're not using Spirit Ashes, so it is effectively useless, but, I mean, hey, if you're doing, like, a build that's focused around Spirit Ashes, maybe you could cook something with this. Who knows? And also, I didn't, like, spend enough time looking at the physical talisman itself, like the actual image. And, yeah, it looks like what it says it is. A quaint bouquet of dried flowers. Yeah, the sorrow that flows from the untimely demise of a loved one. Yeah, because I stuttered there, my brain starts panicking. So I have to tell it, no, it's okay, brain. Everything will be alright. The sorrow that flows from the untimely demise of a loved one is a tenderness shared by all, regardless of birthplace. Right, actually, I do want to go back to that room with the cross as well, because there might have been something else from it that I might have looked over. For myself, I can confirm it's alright. Thank you. Yeah, I guess it's just a result of, like, my literature classes in high school fucking up my ability to just read something and process it normally. Because literature classes were like, okay, time to hyperanalyze every single sentence of a book. And I'm like, you know, I'm all for analysis, absolutely, like, and interpreting media. But I think my literature classes went just a little bit overboard, to the point where it gave me permanent anxiety whenever I read, because I'm like, well, does my brain understand this 110%, or does it understand it just 100%? And, like, ow, fuck you, manfly. Like, I don't actually have any problems when it comes to media comprehension. It's more so just, like, my brain's ability to accept information. Once it's accepted the information, my brain is fine. I can analyze things, I can, like, give nuanced takes on, like, media. I do wonder if this one actually attacks you. It doesn't. Manfly vibe check hug. Thank you, Manfly. Looking at this again. I bend here my arm sinistral. Alright, so we didn't actually properly go through here. I want to see if there was, like, much around. Other than the bouquet. Looks like we can drop down here? Yeah. Hey Soroka, it's lovely to see you around. Hope you're doing alright. I hope you can get some good rest soon. I will soon. Okay. I'm glad to hear it. We're just dealing with some man flies at the moment. So I recognize where this is. After I devour these crisps. Let us devour these crisps together! That's a good timeline where Rykard is just your roommate and he's nice and chill. Oh boy, look at all these bodies here. Look at being a surfer, bro. Let's share these crisps with a lady night. Yeah, that's also appreciated as well. No, you can have them. I ate dinner before stream, so I'm all good. Ah, research. Yeah, that's me reading item descriptions. I'm doing research. Okay. That's everything in this initial part here. Now we can head further down and see what else there is. I'm fully expecting to get jumped around one of these corners. Oh, I jumped the enemy! Didn't expect that, did ya? I didn't either. Enemy ahead, beware of... Yeah, now I'm the one jump scaring the enemies. Okay, you're not a friend. Go, more smithing stones, we love to see it. There's a lot of spiral imagery related to the horn scent I find interesting. And of course the horn scent do embody aspects of the crucible. Hang on, get back here, bitch. Bitch, bitch, you're mine! That should be a shadow tree fragment, right? No, it's a revered spirit ash. Even better. Well, not really, because I'm not actually using them. They help Torrent, I guess. And if I were to bust out the Mimic tier at any point, it would help that. Holy shit. Whoa, what a boss fight that was. Lumi, that's a regular enemy. I think I recognize where we are now, though. Because we're, like, along the path from where we started, basically. For, like, this specific section. Treats for Torrent, treats for Torrent, exactly. For this playthrough explicitly, the revered spirit ashes are just for Torrent. Which isn't bad at all, like, I would prefer if Torrent didn't get one-shot by DLC enemies. I am never gonna complain about Torrent being a bit more robust. So there are a couple more parts of this dungeon that stick out in my eye I want to check out. We just went through there, of course, so we don't need to go down again. Yeah, notice how this is kind of like veiled in shadow almost? Interesting. Oh, there's rooftop stuff here we can check out. Let's do it. I was kind of procrastinating on this little rooftop section because of the grave birds, but the grave birds are threats no more. I didn't kill it, I just put it down there where it can't bother me. Down required ahead. For real? Oh yeah, for real. Oh. Well depths key. Well, that's important. Oh, I see where we are. It's that looping level design that we all love. It's like, oh, I know this place, I was just here. Okay. Go up here again. I will throw the Stone of Gurunk, also known as the Stone of fucking Malekith. That was a twist I didn't expect, but it makes sense in context now. Like in hindsight, sorry. Go flight pinions, those are nice. I guess I could do some funky platforming over there, but I'm not going to. It doesn't seem like it's necessary. Okay, I want to go back. Oh, did I want to go back this way? I don't think so. I don't remember. Like a specific path that I wanted to take. Oh, it was just through here, right, yeah. Oh, hi there, Spider Scorpion. Have you been introduced to the power of destined death? Oh. No, but I soon will. Oh no, I tried to surge sprint. Goddamn Night Rain. We're not playing Night Rain. I can't surge sprint. Oh my god, please stop grabbing me. Oh my, please. Just die. Just die. Yeah, that could have gone a lot better. Do I have Flame Cleanse Me equipped? I do. Who needs to use status cure items when you got incantations? Visions of pincer attack? Oh my god, yeah. I don't actually know the move set of the spider scorpions. It's just like kill. That's the strat, just kill. Bone bow. Huh. Seems safe around here. We could probably stop and take a look at our most recent items. Bone bow. A crude short bow fashioned from sickly bone. A medium for spirit calling, and a product of the ancient hexing arts of the tower. The unique skill is Rancor Shot. Imbue arrows with vengeful spirits before firing off a barrage. Imbued arrows chase down foes as they cut through the air. Oh, that sounds good. And it's just pretty much a standard short bow, or light bow, with strength and dex scaling. Okay. Interesting. Got the ancient hexing arts of the tower. Well depths key. A crude, corroded key. Opens the iron grating at the bottom of the well in Belurat, the tower settlement. Okay, yep, pretty self-explanatory item description. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to check that out at some point. Probably, you know, before we leave the place. Alright, and also while I'm here, let me quickly get a shout out for Soroka, because she's lovely and deserves all of your support. Bam! She was last streaming Unbeatable, which we raided on into for some good times. Oh, for a moment, I thought there was like an actual staircase. I mean, okay, there's that bit up there. But I didn't actually pay attention to the staircase here, and I thought it went all the way up, and I'm like, nope. No, it doesn't. I'm glad it didn't kill me, at least. I'm glad it didn't kill me. Just looking at the bone bow again, I might actually use this if I, like, need to use a bow for something. It just sounds cool. I don't know how good it is, but it looks cool and it sounds cool. Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah, because we did this, we got Miquella's cross. And we've been through here, been around here. Any, like, drop-downs to do? No, I don't think so. That one became my go-to for rapid-firing status arrows. And would you say that the enemies then had a bone to pick with you? Okay, we haven't actually been up this way. And then there's like another path that had like a spiral-like structure. Sure, lots of bones, which I whittled into more arrows. Cycle of violence. Okay, so we've been from that way. Yeah, okay, we've been around here. We haven't been up this way, though. If I remember it correctly. Hello, friend. Don't mean to hurt you. Like, these are all friends. Oh! No, they're not. Sorry to interrupt your prayer session. I think we want to take out the sorcerers ASAP, since they seemingly buff the other enemies. I'm running low on flasks here, but thankfully, like, we got a shortcut to this section. So this is a body of a horn scent, revered spirit ash, or something incredible. So we should be able to upgrade our Spirit Shadow Blessing, or like the exact name of it now. Which, yeah, in this playthrough primarily just benefits Torrent, and gives Torrent a bit more defense, so that, you know, Torrent won't die to the slightest of breezes. Because dying while, like, having Torrent die while you're riding is pretty inconvenient. Like, sure, you can summon them back, but it's like, you know, falling off the horse and then It's just not nice. I don't like it when Horse dies. I want Horse to live forever. And actually, I will review its item description, just primarily the bottom part. I did this last stream, but also I just felt like it this stream. The withered corpses were called tutelary deities, and the revered spirit ash was said to quietly accumulate in the palms of their hands. Yeah, acquired from the corpses of horn scent and other objects that ritually decorate townships and villages across the realm of shadow. Little did they know. So true, man. You're so good with puns, darling. Yeah, so acquired from the corpses of horn scent and other objects that ritually decorate townships and villages across the realm of shadow. It's just interesting that their, like, corpses accumulate the spirit ash. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it's just something that's been on my mind. Raise the house. Oh, yeah! Okay, yeah, we were just down below a second ago. It rhymes, so it's true. Oh no, not the curse blade again. I'm sorry, Horn Sense. But also, I'm not affiliated with Mesmer. I don't fuck with Mesmer. I mean, okay, maybe I fuck with Mesmer a little. Because anyone who dislikes Marika is a friend of mine. Yeah, they put these fuckers in the Night Rain DLC and I don't know how to fight them. Not in Night Rain and not in this game either. Just scream and cry and pray, I guess. Like in that specific order. You have to scream, you have to cry, and then you have to pray. Oh, Grace. Nice. Also, these trees are, like, really catching my attention. You know, kind of like how the trees in Dark Souls 2 and also that one specific tree in Dark Souls 3 is, like, made from the corpses of the giants. I don't think this is quite the same, but it's definitely giving me a feeling of, like, this doesn't feel natural, almost. Yet again, maybe I'm overthinking things, but who knows? Okay, can we get a level up? I think we can. We basically can. Let me crush some runes real quick. I only need to crush, like, 10,000, I think? I was just kind of eyeballing it, so I might be off a little. Yeah, okay. Another point of Arcane. So now that our Arcane's at 20, we're just gonna dump our remaining points for the rest of the playthrough into Faith. That's it. Build is very much complete. And now that my Arcane is 20, I should be able to actually use my Nagakiba for bleed and not just for the pokey poke. This kind of looks like a boss room, almost. What's the name of this, Grace? Stage front. Yeah, we're gonna backtrack. I want to go to the small private altar. Because obviously, there's a couple things that we want to do before going into that big door that has a Marika thing right outside of it. Or no, not a Marika thing. What's it called? It's called a martyr something. Martyr effigy, I believe it is. And that basically just allows you to summon other real players, and real players summon you. Which isn't relevant for this playthrough, obviously, but like... I'm still activating them all regardless. Beware of Tarnished. Enemy ahead. Yeah, so apparently there's an invasion down this way. And for some reason it's listed as part of NPC questlines. I don't know why. But I guess we'll find out. Maybe there's dialogue. Don't expect weak foe.
Stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Oh, yeah, you do talk. Fire Knight Quillen. Haha, got you back. And how about a pancake for dessert?
My words, graceless heathen, shall not evade the flame of Messmer.
Okay, that was ominous. We got the Crusade insignia. Dunked upon. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's why that was mentioned in the questline stuff, because while I don't think it's tied to any character's story per se, it's just part of lore. Oh, you're building a grave. I won't hurt you. Sorry. I'm sorry. I got scared with all the enemies around here. I thought I was gonna get, like, ganked. Like a full squad would show up to beat my ass. Instead of just a single Messmer Knight. But yeah, no, this DLC's really going out of its way. At least in the early game of the DLC. Which is a really funny statement to say. Early game of the DLC. It's really establishing Messmer as, like, the primary threat, although... I'm just... From the item descriptions I've read so far... Yeah, Messmer may have massacred people, but Marika's worse. Ash of War, Shriek of Sorrow. Bye-bye NPC Simp, or whatever your real name is. Alright, let's take a look at our loot here, starting with the Ash of War, Shriek of Sorrow. This Ash of War grants an armament the Occult Affinity and the following skill. Shriek of Sorrow. Skill utilized by the downtrodden. Scream, causing nearby enemies to flinch, while also recalling deep-seated resentment, boosting attack power based on the amount of HP remaining. The lower the HP, the greater the effect. Usable on all melee armaments. Ooh, okay, that's kind of a gimmicky Ash of War, but like, that's cool? It's a cool gimmick. I don't know if there's like a red Tearstone ring equivalent, but like, you could try pair that with this. It's like a funny meme build. Who knows? Oh no, there is a red Tearstone ring equivalent. I just remembered, it's the red feathered branch sword, I think? From one of the Death Birds, or Deathrite Birds. And maybe you could stack them, I don't know. It was just like a thought that I was voicing out loud, even if it's not necessarily correct. Alright. And then more importantly, here is the Crusade insignia. A talisman depicting a raised spear on a backdrop of flames, in remembrance of the lives lost in the Sacred Crusade led by Messmer. Raises attack power after defeating an enemy. The warriors who fought in the crusade set aside both honor and mercy to wantonly impale and scorch those deemed impure. Those who felt invigorated by each cry of death were the same men who were certain of the sanctity of the campaign. Yeah. But have you considered that potentially Marika was the one who told Mesmer to do the crusade in the first place? And like, I know Mesmer probably shouldn't have listened to his mother, but also, his mother is literally God. And I don't know how that would have went. The Mesmer, yeah, he's very much complicit in having led a genocide against the Hornsent and all the other people of the Realm of Shadow. I don't know why I'm suddenly choosing to defend Mesmer. It's just like, I don't know. I will reserve my judgment on Mesmer as a character. It's just, from the item descriptions and bits that I encountered early on, it kind of seemed as if Mesmer seems almost like a tragic villain almost, or... It seems like he doesn't like Marika from the contextual clues that I've gathered, and I don't like Marika. So we can shake hands over that. We can shake hands over our mutual dislike of Marika, even if he's responsible for genocide. Very good exploration talisman. Oh, absolutely. For like all of the gank enemies, this sounds great. And in fact, no, currently I have the Alexander Shard in that slot, but sometimes I swap that out with the Taker's Cameo if there's like a bunch of gank like enemies. So potentially I could swap the Taker's Cameo with this instead. For like, yeah, big groups of enemies, especially in the open world. Yeah, really interesting talisman. I'm glad that we got this. We're gonna go to Onsbach now, and we're gonna go tell him about the cross that we found. Buff is like 30-40 seconds, and stack or refreshes, don't remember which. Either way, that sounds pretty solid to me. Yeah, so let me read this one more time in my head before we go to Ansbach. Okay. Oh wait, sorry, no, Brain wants to look at it again. I will listen to Brain. Thank you so much for the raid, Marky. I really do appreciate it. I hope you had a wonderful time with your first stream, revisiting and continuing your progression through the main series of Final Fantasy with Final Fantasy VII, the original. I have to specify the original. And let me get a shout out for Marky here. Yeah, if you're not following Marky already, please go check him out. He's an absolutely fantastic video game librarian VTuber that focuses on full completion and thorough, slow playthroughs of video games, just like we do here on this channel, especially like what we've been doing here with Elden Ring. Thank you so much for raiding in, and the Block People edition. No, look, I still think Final Fantasy VII looks great to this day, in my opinion. I will fight people on that. I enjoy the Block People. Yeah, I actually played through the original Final Fantasy VII for the first time in January of 2023, and it was a lovely time. I kind of Marky presented it. I did every single side quest, aside from 2 of the late game super bosses that were a bit too hard and tedious for me to do. But yeah, I absolutely adored it, and I'm glad that you're revisiting it on stream. Welcome in as well, Stubbsy, and of course, You're welcome for the shoutouts, Marky. Absolutely, you deserve them for bringing your community over here and for being a wonderful being in the first place. Yeah, don't mock the block. And of course, welcome into any other raiders as well. Marquee raiders, if you got a raid and run, that is totally understandable. If you got a raid and lurk, understandable as well. I know it's getting late in a lot of time zones, and also my stream just might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's totally fine. So if you got a raid and run, raid and lurk, do whatever you need to do. Just thank you so much for stopping by regardless. Hi Lumi, how are you, Knight? I'm doing good, thank you, Lumi, especially since Marky just raided in. And I love seeing Marky around. Yes, go follow Marky already if you're not doing so already with the follow button that was at the top of chat and also the link that's in chat. And to quickly self-intro here, let me give the game audio back here. But to quickly self-intro, hi, I am Lumi, I'm a Hot Lady Knight VTuber, currently dressed up in a business suit. This is a new outfit that I debuted last week. And we are here. Actually, no, go back. Rewind the tape a little bit. Yes, I'm a Hot Lady Knight VTuber that does playthroughs of RPGs and Souls-likes primarily, but I also like to dabble in a bunch of other genres based on whatever catches my fancy and whatever my current hyperfixations are. And right now, we are here with a lore-centric, 100% all bosses, all NPC questlines, picking up every single item, playthrough of Elden Ring, a first-time playthrough as well, I should add. And we are currently going through the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC now, because the only thing we have left to do in the main game is the final boss and credits, so that's why we've started the DLC. And we've just been slowly going through one of the dungeons here, and making some progress, learning some more bits of lore along the way, and we were just about to go back to talk to an NPC about a cross that we discovered that he has taken interest in. So obviously, if you're trying to avoid Elden Ring spoilers, then I'm going to be talking about everything in the lore. And in case you're wondering how I'm managing to do everything so thoroughly on my first playthrough, I do have spoiler-free guides on the side for item collection purposes and also for questline purposes, because typically I'm okay with missing some NPC questlines on a first playthrough of a Souls game, but this playthrough has been over 200 hours so far, and I really just want to see everything that I can see in a single playthrough. That's obviously not restricted to being mutually exclusive. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Ruby weapon's harder than any Souls-like boss, for real though. Like, Emerald weapon, Ruby weapon. You can kind of cheese them. There's a lot of cheese strats for them, and I did try use those cheese strats, but I kind of fucked them up a whole bunch, and so I decided for the sake of my sanity, I would just not do them on stream. Yeah, there's a lot of strategies for them. I just didn't have the patience to do them because there's really not much story reward for doing them. Like, obviously you get a sense of accomplishment, you do get some rewards, but it wasn't anything where I was like, I am willing to spend the next 5 hours on stream grinding out these fights. Because my characters was max level, you know, like I had, you know, fully maxed out materia, like, you know, my builds were all good. It's just, the fights can be pretty annoying at times, no matter how much you prepare. But yeah, welcome in everyone, thank you for being here. Marky says, I had a good evening minus the dawn part. I am now very, very exhausted. My sickness is still taking some time to fully leave me. Yeah, Wall Market is, sadly a section of the original Final Fantasy VII that, was very disgusting on release, and continues to age poorly to this day, but, I don't know if you would ever have interest in playing the remake games, Marky, but I can vouch that the Wall Market section of Final Fantasy VII Remake is significantly better, and I actually kind of enjoyed parts of it a lot. It's definitely not one of my favorite parts of Midgar, far from it, but they did very much improve upon it in the remake, with modern sensibilities. Should apologize to all female viewers everywhere. It's okay, Marky. It's all okay. But yeah, thank you so much for being here once more. I was just gonna reread this item description here, just because I am doing okay. It's just my brain's ability to store and process information is feeling a bit dulled at the moment, so I'm rereading text multiple times so that my brain actually absorbs information instead of just going one ear and out the other. Of course, I shall get a snack and then just rest as much as I can. I'm looking forward to catching more of your streams, Marky, especially this year. Alright, thank you for being here. Yeah, sorry, I just want to read this insignia description again. And since Marky just rated in, let's read it out loud. I did just read it out loud before, but I'll do it again. Why not? Crusade Insignia. A talisman depicting a raised spear on a backdrop of flames, in remembrance of the lives lost in the Sacred Crusade, led by Mesmer. Raises attack power after defeating an enemy. The warriors who fought in the Crusade set aside both honor and mercy to wantonly impale and scorch those deemed impure. Those who felt invigorated by each cry of death were the same men who were certain of the sanctity of the campaign. Yeah, genocide's not good. Who would have thought? Especially killing minorities, which Mesmer was very much doing on this crusade, and so were his men. But there we go. So we're gonna go back to Onsbach now and talk about the Michaela's Cross that we uncovered, and hopefully he'll have some bits of dialogue for us. And then we can chat up with Moore again, because we love Moore. Moore is awesome. Alright, sorry, I want to look at the bottom part again here. Okay. Yeah, so we go to the main gate cross, and we talk to Sir Onsbach, not Einsbach. Or Einsbach. No, it's Onsbach. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He kind of blended in a little. And as is customary, I like to put away my weapon when I'm talking to an NPC.
Righteous tarnished. What brings you here?
Speak of the cross at the tower.
Well, I'm much obliged. As suspected, kindly Mikola has visited the lands which hold the tower, and appears intent on wholly dispossessing himself of his flesh. He must be seeking entrance to the Tower of Shadow. Righteous tarnished. What brings you here? Righteous tarnished.
Okay. And let's talk to Moore because we love him.
Welcome. I like finding things. For you, Lady Leda, her allies, and the forager brute. Things bring joy to all.
We love you more. I will actually sell some of my, silver horn tenders. I want to keep at least one copy of them in my inventory. It's a very marquee thing. Yeah, for those of you coming from Marky's stream, basically just imagine if Marky was using guides while playing through Dark Souls 2 for the first time. That's basically what this playthrough is. That's 100% first time playthrough, and we will get all of the endings by save file duplication, because our save file is capable of doing that. And we're also just experiencing everything there is to experience.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, more. I'll come back for more. Yeah, Onsbach didn't really have as much to say as I thought he would. Just, you know, stuff that we already know.
Righteous tarnished.
Like the Tower of Shadow, which I was wondering if that refers to, like, the Shadow Keep area. I mean, this is also a Tower of Shadow. Alright, let's let's see. Actually, let me check my NPC questline stuff. Let's see. Okay. Yep, so we've done the invasion, we've spoken to Ansbach again. Now it just looks like we do a boss fight. Okay. And then we return to Hornsent Grandam wearing an item that we will obtain. Okay. Sure. But what about the key that we got? Where do we use that? I mean, obviously it says where it's used, but like where is that? Let me specify. It's the well depths key. What's the iron grating at the bottom of the well in Belurat, the tower settlement? I don't remember where the well is, if we've seen it at all. It's not required for questline progression, I don't think. But obviously we're finding everything, so I'd like to know where that is. In fact, I should explicitly say I don't mind backseating on that side of things. Sometimes I'll say something as like a rhetorical question to myself, but I absolutely don't mind being pointed to where that well is. I was just thinking of backtracking a little bit. Although, I definitely don't remember seeing a well around here. I think it was earlier in the dungeon. Was the question again? Oh, where do I use the well depths key in Belurat? Don't remember exactly. And also, thank you for the outfit redeemed, Helv. Yeah, I'll swap into the casual clothes. Just give me a second. We'll just go back this way and sit down at the Grace again, so that I won't get attacked by enemies, because there's some enemies that patrol around here. Remember you're walking down a city road and some guys on the arch were shooting down at you? Oh, yes, I remember that now. Thank you, Fizz. Yes, I think I remember that. Okay. So let me quickly vanish my model here so I can quickly swap it. Yes, I have 2 new outfits. For those of you who haven't been to my stream for a while, I debuted the suit one you just saw and this one on my birthday stream. That's probably it. Okay. There's a well intersection that popped. I think I remember that as well. As well. Funny. Yes, I definitely want to check that out first. But it seems like we're nearing the end of this dungeon here. Okay. So we'll just head along the main path here. The nightly legs are out of screen. Yeah, if I zoom all the way out, then I'm gonna be a tiny little dot on your screen. Ow! Alright, so yeah, if I just keep progressing along like this initial section of the dungeon, I think I'll find it. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Fizz, for jogging my memory. Because obviously it's been the longest time I haven't played Elden Ring on the channel, because of holidays and my birthday and whatnot. Like, normally there's less than a week between each of my play sessions of Elden Ring, so I just happened to forget a couple of things, which is why today's mostly just a catch-up stream on Elden Ring, just like, getting back into the flow of things. Your post on the schedule is great. Oh, thank you! And my model artist, Jables, like, made that little posing thing. Why is it always bog? Dragon ahead? Huh? Okay. Where are we now? No hidden wall ahead? Alright. So I'm gonna swap out my talisman for I'm trying to find which one it is. It is... give me a moment. Should just be the immunizing horn charm, although the mottled necklace should be fine as well. Although, actually, no, we could try the ailment talisman. Raises resistance to the lost ailment suffered. Since that actually kind of sounds useful, because I can cure my poison with Flame Cleanse Me. I don't actually know if we've been around here before. I don't think we have. This kind of looks like one of the Marsh's dungeons that they added in Night Rain with the DLC. That's probably why I feel a sense of deja vu. Try right. That's the 500 milestone? Yeah, exactly. 500 death milestone. That number hasn't changed at all this stream, but I assume it's going to change at some point during the stream. Because it's not often that I have a deathless stream of Elden Ring. No idea how long these games are. Depends on how thorough you are. So far this playthrough has been over 200 hours, though. Because I've been doing everything and reading every item description. Hi there. It's an ulcerated tree spirit. Ow. It's poison themed. Oh, what? We got rot as well? Oh no. Obviously, this would be weak to fire. Actually, wait, now that I say that. Don't I? No, I don't have a fire Ash of War on any of my weapons. I could throw black flames. Oh no, phase 2. I always get hit by the phase 2 transition move. I could just get a stance break. I see why people would recommend ranged battle though, because you can sit on the ground that's, you know, not poisoned and fight this. But this is the perfect opportunity to try out the Ailing Talisman, and oh my god, look how big my poison resistance bar is now. See ya! Immunizing Horn Charm +2. Nice. Sliver of meat, broken rune. See what else is around here. I gotta check for hidden wall. It never is, but I just have to check. Alright, let's take a look at the Immunizing Horn Charm +2. Ceremonial accoutrement worn by Hornsent vastly raises immunity. Immunity governs resistance to poison and rot. Horns are sublime artifacts to Hornsent, and their presence confirms the belief that they are a chosen people. Only the repeated sprouting of fresh horns can create a tangled horn, which is viewed as an irrefutable symbol of primacy. There we go. Nice. And welcome in, Maury. It's lovely to see you around. Hope you're doing alright. Alright, so yeah, that just kind of reaffirms stuff that we already know about the Hornsent. Yeah, their presence confirms the belief that they are the chosen people. They themselves are, like, viewed as divine, whereas in the Lands Between, embodying aspects of the Crucible, like having horns or a tail, is seen as not cool. It's kind of flip-flopped here, almost. Although it is true that the aspects of the Crucible were once worshipped in the Lands Between as well. Just rereading the description in my head real quick before we move on. Alright, let's continue on. Just gotta keep checking around this poison swamp and see if there's anything else to get here before we move on to presumably the boss of the dungeon. Ah, confusion. I'm gonna try for a hidden wall. It's never a hidden wall. But you never know unless you try. Visions of enemy. Yeah, we defeated the poisoned tree spirit. Boss ahead. Yeah. We haven't been around this way, have we? I'm like using lock-on to see if there are any enemies nearby, but it seems like no, it was just that. Flyer ahead. Oh my gosh, look, it's tight fit ahead. Oh yeah, here we go. Hi, manflies. Hope you're all doing great. I meant to swap to my shield. There we go. Yeah, Alien Talisman's honestly not bad. And then I can just swap back and quickly use Flame Cleanse me. Hope the manflies are not doing great. I mean, they are pretty disgusting. It's true. Dragon ahead. As it always bug. Oh, this is where we came from, I see. Alright, so we've been all the way to the left side here, so now we're just gonna check out the right side here. In fact, I wish them harm. That's savage. But I wonder if they did something to deserve it, because the manflies originate from an ailment that afflicted a certain village. And it's noted in the description of the ailment talisman that those who looked after the afflicted never became manflies themselves. So I wonder if the ailment that turned all of these people into these creatures was some sort of punishment. I mean, in that case, I have no qualms about killing guilty motherfuckers. you please come down here, or do I have to... Ugh. What crime would they have committed? Hey Athena, it's nice to see you around. That I'm not sure about. Potentially... I don't know. No, I could only speculate. I could not give a concrete answer. One thing I can say for certain is that obviously racism and the subjugation of other races is like a core theme of Elden Ring's story. So I wonder if it has something to do with that. But that's just like a wild guess. Oh god, yeah, I don't know how to fight these. They have so much poise as well, like what do you mean a jump heavy doesn't even get them to flinch? There we go. Ooh, Horned Warrior Sword. Nice. We can take a look at it before we take on the remaining enemies here. Or sorry, Horned. Did I say Horned? Horned Warrior Sword. Curved sword of the Horned Warriors, keepers of the tower. The ornamental tangled horns allow the blade to serve as a medium for horn calling. Unique skill is Horn Calling. Invokes tangled horns to cover the weapon's blade. Drive the weapon into the ground, calling up a cluster of piercing horns. Ah, okay, so that's the skill that they used on us. It is Strength, Dex, and Faith scaling. And it's a curved sword, obviously, as it says in the descriptions. Just sometimes it says it's a curved sword, but then it might be classified as a different type of weapon for gameplay reasons. But yeah, I'm glad that we got this. Alright, that's just looking at the description again real quick. Yeah, my brain's a little bit slow today, so I just need to reread things before we move on. Elden Ring runs into the issue that gods are disgusting and vile, so an unforgivable crime to one of the gods in Elden Ring would be... yeah, would be your toe being too long. Exactly, that's also true. Especially how we did the Belurat jail, and... like, you know, it was explicitly confirmed that those deemed condemned were forcibly shoved into the living jars. It wasn't just, like, anyone, it was specifically heretics. And also the way that the roaming nomad tribe was treated, being buried underneath Leyndell, like, alive. And so they turned to the Frenzied Flame. Yeah, pretty much all of the problems in Elden Ring are the fault of either the Greater Will or the gods being bitches. It's always the authorities fucking things up. Who would have thought? It's just like real life. God seeks Scarlet Rot. Strong foe ahead. Okay. Oh, nice. Some knot resin. Oh my god, there's so many of them. That player message wasn't kidding. There's unfortunately more to those jars than just heretics being in them. Yeah, they're obviously... I'm gonna uncover a lot of that later. Because the base game didn't really say too much. Like, all we learned about in the base game was just, oh, like, the living jars have human meat in them. And now we're starting to get some more elaboration on that in this DLC. Poisoned hand. Ooh, didn't expect fingers. I'm very excited for you to uncover stuff. Yeah, we also learned about the shamans for the first time. That they prayed to the innards of the great jars so that they would, like, ascend to sainthood or something. According to the great jar helmet description. Like, they're definitely teasing out some more plot threads. Also, let's take a look at the poisoned hand. Poisoned hand. A glove stitched together from the flayed skin of the victims of a butcherous bloodbath. Afflicts target with deadly poison. Raises attack power when poisoning occurs in the vicinity. Forged of an unyielding black impulse toward revenge fostered in those who have had everything burned or stolen from them. These are the weapons of the utterly downtrodden. And the unique skill is Poison Spear Hand Strike. Makes hand into the shape of a spear before unleashing a plunging stab that penetrates the body of the enemy. Afflicts foe with a large dose of deadly poison. And yeah, it's a fist weapon that causes poison build-up. 28 arcane. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting stuff here. And I'm glad that we picked that up. I'm glad that we're getting new weapons. Even if I'm not going to use them, it's cool to see, like, oh, this is in the game. So let me reread the description in my head before we move on, just because my brain is kind of slow today. Like, especially slow. Yeah, the bottom part here is interesting. Forged of an unyielding black impulse toward revenge, fostered in those who have had everything burned or stolen from them. These are the weapons of the utterly downtrodden. Yeah, there's like this story of revenge as well that's kind of going on with Messmer and the Crusade. I mean, Messmer and the Crusade wasn't for the sake of revenge. I mean, the people of the Realm of Shadow are retaliating almost in... you know, towards those who have done horrible things to them. Alright, and actually, I am looking at the time. We might take a break in a little bit once I'm done, like, checking out the remainder of this section here. Alright, I'm actually out of flasks as well, so that's probably a good call. Yeah, I think the ailment talisman is actually pretty good. But I'm just gonna swap to the immunizing Horn Charm +2. Because the thing is with the ailment charm is that I have to get afflicted with the ailment to build up resistance to it, and that resistance is only temporary. Yeah, honestly, my only goal for this stream... Turn back, by the way, I want to go home. But thank you for the self-care redeem, Marky, and the head pats. The only thing I really want to achieve in this stream is just to finish this dungeon, which I believe we're basically at the end at. Because it's not like a massive dungeon. You know, sizable, but this is just one small portion of the DLC. Let there be friend. Didn't expect light. Keep moving. Yeah, take that break in a little bit. I just want to check out around here. Obviously, if there's any items I missed, feel free to, like, yell them out to me. I mean, not literally yell, but you can just tell me. Because otherwise we will backtrack and just get them at the start of the next stream. Time for comfort. White flesh mushroom. Yeah, it feels like I got everything around this section. I mean, primarily the weapons and the horn charm. But I'll quickly double check over here. Because you know me, I like to be thorough. And it's for that reason this playthrough has been going for 200 plus hours. But do I have regrets? No. No, I'm glad that I'm able to play Elden Ring in such a slow-paced way. And, like, really absorb all of the details that some people might have skipped over on their first playthrough. Yeah, so I want to head up this way, I think. Like, up the ladder. After I double-check everything. Okay, yeah. What does this player say? Ladder, oh ladder. Yep, it sure is. I really can't think of any other ladder jokes. Well, I'll have to think some up. Ladder. Like later? Ladder? I tried. Hey look, a shortcut. And it's back to the first grace. Perfect. I don't know why we would need this shortcut. Because we found I guess it would help for the run back. If you need more attempts to beat the tree spirit. But we got everything in this section, so. Hey look, okay, I can't get any level ups right now, but that's alright. Yeah, so I'll go for that stretch and hydrate break, and after the break, if I double check my notes here, I think all we have left to do is just the final boss, and, or not final, like, the boss of this dungeon, I should say. The boss of this dungeon, some additional questline things, and then I think that'll be that for the end of stream. I don't want to push myself too far this stream. Really, as I said before, this is a lot slower than our usual streams, just so that I can, like, get back into the flow of playing Elden Ring. Crackers consumed, and out of flasks too. Exactly, Marky. I'll go refill my flask of Crimson Tears in real life. That's what they call the Estus flask in this game. And so, yeah, I'll get some water, I'll stretch a little bit, and I'll be back in a couple minutes for the remainder of Belurat Tower Settlement. And I'll see you all after the break. Take care of yourselves. Alright, and I am back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Thank you again, Marky, of course, for raiding in. Just thank you, everyone, for sticking around. I really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, it seems like I'm a lot more tired than I realize. But thank you for sticking with me through it regardless. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be playing more Elden Ring, and I'm happy to continue on to the next part of the dungeon. And welcome back, thank you. And thank you for the patties, Fez. So yeah, I believe we've done everything here now, so we just have to go to the stage front Grace and just go through there. And it feels like there's gonna be a boss fight through these big doors. You know, there's even a martyr effigy here. So, oh, and there's even an NPC summon here. So, summoning Freya is completely optional for this fight, from what I understand, and there's no consequences for not doing it. I do know that at the bare minimum, there are 2 NPCs who do have direct consequences for not summoning them for boss fights. I mean, I like to play without summons, obviously, but in the instances, because, yeah, I think there are 2 characters who, they don't require you to summon them, per se, but it is an active choice to not summon them, and there are story consequences for it. But, yeah, I don't think there were any consequences for not summoning Freya, so we will not summon her. If there are no consequences, then we're just gonna default to no. Yeah, okay, well, then that just outright confirms that, yes, there is a boss here. So, I don't need this anymore. How about we just slap on, like, physical or, like, affinity damage negation? Just for, like, some safety. Yeah, let's do that. Let's slap on the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman. Actually, nah. I don't know what we're fighting, so I'm just gonna go for the Pearl Drake Talisman. Non-physical damage negation. So if it's like, you know, if there's more incantations or stuff like that, then we should be ready. Alright, let's do this. What does this say? Help me.
O horn-decked beast from higher sphere delivered, take root inside the tower's sculpted keepers, and perched within, we beg of thee, rise. Dance and kavod, cleanse all and go it. Cruelty, woe, and those who plague the tower. Cleanse away the strumpet's vile progeny.
Oh, here it is! The Divine Beast Dancing Lion! Visions of Deja Vu head, yeah! What the fuck is that damage? So yeah, this was added to Night Rain, but I need to tell you all, I'm not beating this first go because I have no clue how to fight it. we go, first death of stream. With many more to follow. I'd be lying if I told you this boss didn't surprise me. Good luck, thank you, Lumi. Thank you for the patties before, Fizz. Yeah, okay. So it wasn't a bad choice to bring the Pearl Drake Talisman, but for Phase 1 it's mostly physical, so... And now Shadow Tree Blessing is like level 4-ish? Which should be good enough, since this is one of the first bosses you can fight in the DLC. Like, within the starting area of the DLC. It's just From Software DLC, so naturally it's the hardest stuff in the game. I don't know how to dodge that. I wonder if I can, like, strafe it. I got comboed. Well, now begins trial and error. I did say during our previous Night Rain stream that when we actually got to fighting this in Elden Ring, I would have to actually learn the fight proper. Because in Night Rain, you know, obviously you got your character abilities and ultimates, you can just kind of cheese through the fight. And now I gotta learn how to do it fair and square. Oh no, I didn't get the timing. I wonder, do you just jump over the spray? It looks like you kinda can. I need to get bigger punishes as well, like... Spamming light attack just won't do in Elden Ring. I mean, you can just spam light attack if you want to, but... Generally... You want to try and land, you know, your jump attacks and your heavy attacks and your weapon skills. Oh, phase 2? Oh, I see. Is it like the same general move set, but yeah, there's just these lightning moves now? Like, I recognize that move. Oh, and then, yeah. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Now we got the power of wind. I mistimed my roll there. That was a really good attempt. Yeah, do it Enix and Square. So true. Got the Tornadoes, the Saint, Kansas anymore. It's their turf, exactly. What does this message say? Ah, help me. Be wary of prawn. Yeah, this is the prawn lion. Exactly. I don't think I need to mix up my strategy too much, because right now we're just kind of getting familiar with the moveset. I guess you can also just roll through the spray. Okay, so that's like a left-right sweep combo. And then stomp. And then the spray that I get hit by. Oh, this is spray, so roll through it? Yeah, okay. Phase 2! Now we got lightning spears in the mix. I might just be dead here. Oh, I'm dead, yep. Forgive me, Divine Beast Dancing Lion, for trying to reach for my flask. That's the thing in Elden Ring and in a lot of modern Souls games. You don't get hit and then immediately go for your flask. You get hit and then you have to keep dodging and wait for an opportunity to heal. Because you're not gonna get one until you dodge through something first. Generally, not all the time. And you dare bring beverages to my lair? You must die! Thank you, CDI Ganon. Okay, there's no point in grabbing my runes now since I lost them. Forgot to grab them last attempt. Ow. Ow. Okay, yeah, that tracks a little. Like, ideally we want to land Ordovis's Vortex as much as possible. Because that does a lot of damage. I wonder if I can outrun some of the spears. I do want to check this. Well... Okay, no, you cannot outrun the spears. And then it looks like everything they do kind of just has lightning follow-ups now. God, the music, it slaps. Just like I'm about to get smacked! what do you mean you have Hoarfrost Stomp now? Okay, what element? Wind? Okay, I don't know the wind moveset that well. Oh no, big tornado, I see. Mini tornado. Please, is this a window to heal? It is. Now go back to lightning, thank you. I know the lightning moveset now. Oh wait, no, that's... yeah, follow up and then spin. Ah, no! Oh, I tried to outrun the spear. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, panic running instead of panic rolling. But we got, like, past halfway. I think we can clear this before the end of the stream. It's like, it's one of those bosses where it has a pretty simple moveset. It feels a lot more intimidating than it actually is. Because you got, like, the multiple phases, the multiple different elements. I do need to learn the moveset of the other elements, though. I don't know them as well. Like, I don't know if I was acting correctly with the Frost one or not. Like, do I roll into the Frost Stomps, or do I roll away from them? I couldn't tell. Damn it. It's actually hard to see when to roll up close like that. So maybe the idea for that move is to just back off so I can see a bit better. And then this tracks a little, so yep. 1 and 2. Right, and then it finishes with spin to win. It's only a single spin, okay. We're gonna start with like a spear throw. Yep, there we go. Ah, no, I rolled too late. What? And then I rolled into that, I guess. Ugh. I don't really know what to do with the wind phase. It seems like they just kind of throw projectiles and that's it. But I don't go towards them when they're doing that. Okay. 1, 2... And then they're gonna... Okay, so they don't do a little spin with projectiles for wind. Okay, and then, yeah, for ice, I don't know what I'm doing. It seems like they leave behind, yeah, little trails. So do I have to back off for everything now? Because if the wind phases go towards them, I think this phase is get the fuck away from them. Ow. Yeah, I think for that specific stomp I can roll in, or Big Brain, I can jump over it. If it's a ground attack, you can absolutely jump over it. Oh my god, yeah, that attack annoys me if I'm too close. I could turn off lock-on, that could help as well. Just, like, giving myself ideas for potential strategies. 1, 2... Okay, yeah, no, they turn too fast for me to, like, run around them for that. And then back off. Okay, that comes out really fast. Like, they have some delayed attacks, but most of them come out pretty immediately, I would say. I just have to roll on gut feeling, like when the timing feels right. Except that was wrong. Okay, yeah, don't roll towards the spray. Oh. One, two. And then you're gonna do spray. I'm trying to look at the head when I'm up close for that spin attack to get the timing. 1, 2, and oops. I might be cooked. Oh, I barely outspaced it. I didn't have to dodge. Okay, and then, yeah, Wind Phase is just rush towards them. Most of the time, it looks like. I got swept. Literally swept away. Yeah, we're on the cusp of victory. I feel it. This is what it means to play a From Software DLC, especially a modern From Soft DLC. Oh wait, no, that's 2, and then stomp, and then spin. Yeah. In fact, I think I get a full charge punish for that. I do! That's huge. You can oh yeah, baby. It's so over. Now that I know I can guard break you... Spray, yep. Oh no, okay, yeah, for that spray they go around 2 times, I think. Yeah, I jumped it! Haha, take that! 1, 2, stomp, and spray. Ow! Oh, wait, okay, we're going back to lightning again. We're remixing the elements now. Oh, we are! A bit too early. Oh, thank you for the free healing opportunity. And I immediately squandered it. Yeah, that's kind of like rapid element switching now. Oh no, the lingering lightning. Yeah, I can't swing for a punish straight away in the lightning phase, because I have to watch where the lightning has landed, or is going to land. I am getting better. And like, I am feeling confident. I feel like I can do this, which is the important thing, is that this feels possible. Like, yeah, it's the hardest stuff in the game, but that's because this is DLC. It's meant to be the hardest stuff in the game. It's just whether this grandma can react to things or not. Can I go back to Demon Souls? Modern FromSoft enemies move too fast for me. One, two, stomp, and sweep. Oh my god. I'm not mad at the game, I'm mad at myself there. It's like, I know the patterns, I know how to dodge, it's just getting consistent at it is the challenge now. One, two... I write the stomp, and then... can get a full charge here. I gotta just watch for the lightning bolts. Like that. One, two, stomp, and... Yeah, like, oh my god, I feel like such a grandma. I can't react to some of these. I'm stuck. I'm dead. But I survived it. That's what matters. I survived. This lightning phase is kind of like a comfort phase for me, because I know what's happening. I just have to not get hit. I mean, I think I'm familiar with all of the phases now. It's just getting good, as the kids say. Oops. Oh, maybe I can jump over... okay. I'm theory crafting. This says you're doing great, honestly. You always win so much faster than me at Souls bosses. Well, it's not a competition about who's better or whatever. It's... as long as you cross the finish line, it doesn't matter how long it takes you. But I can say with certainty that, like, modern Souls style is my weakness. Because everything is so much faster now. And I can't react because I'm a grandma. And I guess that's why shields exist, so I can block hard to react attacks. And you can also do the classic roll when the boss twitches ever so slightly. Like I should have done there. I don't know how many more goes I want to give this before wrapping up stream. Because this is something we could come back to on the weekend and demolish, I'm sure. Yeah, like getting hit by attacks that I know how to dodge is so demoralizing. Like, I know how to dodge this, I've dodged it before. I don't think I've seen that attack before, though. So, I mean, it's cool that it killed me, I guess? I guess I could equip Morgoth's... or no, I do have Morgoth's Great Rune equipped. I mean, like, activate it for one of these attempts, because I did say I would use my Great Runes, or Rune Arcs for the DLC. Okay, I think I recognize that. So it's like a head sweep and then the tail, like, whips at you. One, two, stomp. Yeah, if the second one hits you, it's just a combo. What the hell, Rune Arcs? Lumi, that's an intended game mechanic. Oh, I'm carried. I know, you gotta say, like, playthrough invalidated. You're cheating for using in-game mechanics. There we go. say, look, my HP bar is ever so slightly bigger. Keyword there is slightly. One, two. I can't see. So we back off. One, two. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come back to this later in the week. I'm not saying that I can't do it now, I absolutely can, it's just I feel like I'm kind of off right now, if that makes sense. I'm not like at my 100%. But we've gotten close many times. And that's something worth celebrating. Because, like, normally around this time what I would do is I would take a stretch and hydrate break, but it's getting kind of late. So my stretch and hydrate break would be ending the stream and coming back to it, you know, once my body and mind has had time to, like, rest. One, two... Okay, that's the punish that I've been trying to get this whole time. One, two... Okay, well now my confidence is back, now that I know how to capitalize off of that move. But I think in the other element phases they spin around a little bit more? I don't remember. Yeah, the pain there is just the lightning bits. Oh, I nearly dodged that whole thing. Two. I think the lightning phase like spends some additional time, but I might be misremembering. 2, ow. One, 2, and then ow, stomp. Oh, that was so close. That was a very good attempt. Now what Fizz is trying to say is put on the gamer hat. I can do that. I'll give it a couple more goes, but I'm definitely feeling like wrapping up around here. We've done 15 attempts of the boss. Like, we started the death counter at 500 for this stream. We've done 15 attempts. Which I think is pretty reasonable to take a break after 15 attempts. I don't know, none of the bosses in the Dark Souls trilogy took me this long. Well, outside of my Dark Souls 1 playthrough, but we don't talk about that. Okay, there we go. I got the hat on. I got the teensy tiny gamer hat. I'll give it a specific number so that I'm not like throwing myself at it unnecessarily until I get frustrated. I will do 2 more attempts. So this is the second last attempt. One, 2, bam, and wait. Ow. Yeah, I just get frustrated at myself because I just feel like I'm just not good at the modern era of Souls games. Like, Dark Souls 1 and 2, that's my comfort zone. This is not. 1, 2... Like, the camera gets all wonky when I get too close, so I gotta just back off a little. Why did I try jumping that? Ugh. Okay, I recognize that now. Alright, phase 2. I think I mainly just want to back up until I see attacks that I'm, like, really comfortable at punishing. But I feel like I'm fighting the camera sometimes against this boss. Okay, that was a pretty good attempt. So this next one is our last one for the stream. Is this boss like 2 undead piloting the costume, or is the costume alive? V says, good question. 2 dudes in a costume. This boss is inspired by traditions that feature multiple people moving around, whatever animal is used for their celebration. Yeah, exactly. But it seems like, from the opening cutscene, it seemed as if almost the spirit of a great beast, like they're imitating the spirit of the great beast, or the spirit itself is currently inhabiting the bodies of the people under the costume. But obviously, when it comes to soul stuff, if you want to get extra lore, you have to beat the boss and then read the item descriptions you get, because that typically gives you more concrete answers. And well, this is my last attempt at trying to beat this boss for this stream. And I get really demoralized and feel like crying when I get hit within 2 seconds of entering the arena. Could probably do a charge heavy for the grab punish. Back off. I'm dead. Yeah, that's it for the attempt. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of shitty right now, so I think it's good that we just wrap up stream. Come back to this next time. Or definitely we'll get it next time. I'm like instinctively moving towards to re-enter the fight. Yeah, no, I think but I really want to do one more. You know what? I'm gonna do the forbidden one more. I know, I'm illegal, like, it's illegal, I'm committing illegal actions. I said that I would do 2 more, and this is a 3rd. Because miracles can happen when you break the rules. I just made that up. See, look! I'm a rule breaker. Look at the damage! A second wind is hitting me all of a sudden. Hopefully not a second thunder. Or lightning in this case. Okay, well... yeah. We'll wrap up there. That wind gonna hit you. Yeah. Thank you for the self-care, Redeemed Telf. Yeah, I'll take it after stream. We'll wrap up here now. 200 hours. There we go. Thank you for the patties. Sadly, the gamer hat didn't work, but I'll just keep throwing myself at it, and hopefully next time we'll get it. We'll see. It's DLC. It's meant to be the hardest stuff in the game, and the base game of Elden Ring is, in my opinion, the hardest Souls game that From Software have ever released. So, expecting a jump up in difficulty from base game Elden Ring, it's a lot. It's a lot. Thanks you for the stream, Lumi. Rest well, lovely night. Thank you. Thank you for the patties, everyone. I am feeling kind of down right now. But I don't want to end on a sour note. I want to end celebrating all the progress that we made in tonight's stream. So let's go do that right now. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming by to stream. Hope you all had a lovely time with more Lumi Elden Ring, a return to Elden Ring. Yeah, we managed to get quite a bit done. Basically, the rest of the Belurat town settlement, or tower settlement dungeon, and we got a bunch of loot. We got to continue some quest lines. Yeah, I'd say things went pretty well. I'm just gonna need some extra time to beat the DLC bosses. I'm assuming all of these major DLC bosses will, yeah, take me quite a while to get through compared to the base game bosses. But I am excited to get revenge on the Dancing Lion next time, and then we get to do some cool questline stuff with Hornsent Grandam, so I'm really looking forward to all of that. Think about abs and women. I'm not in the mood to think about those right now, but I'll think about them a bit later. Because now I have to think about posting my socials and Discord server, where I post my stream schedule every single week on both Blue Sky and Discord, and I also do upload these VODs onto YouTube, and also sometimes other videos onto YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hi! Thanks for making it to the end of the stream. Alright, let me thank everyone who came by to stream, and then we'll find someone to read off into after I talk about what we're doing for the rest of the week. Thank you so much for being here, Moon. Thank you so much for being here, Melissa. Thanks for being here, Just a Goblin, and thank you so much for being here, V. Thank you so much for being here, Fizz. Thanks for being here, RPG Julie, and Sharks Are Tasty. Thank you so much for being here, Freenium Dude. Thank you so much for being here, Kaz. Thank you so much for being here, Soroka. Thank you so much for being here, Marky, and thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for being here as well, Stubbsy. Thank you so much for being here, Looney. Thanks for being here, Telv. Thanks for being here, Maury. And thanks for being here, Affably Athena. I think that's mostly everyone, but I want to make sure I didn't miss any names. I gotta keep scrolling. Yeah, let me see. I know I'm gonna forget a name. Seems to be mostly everyone. Obviously, whether you were here for a minute, an hour, the whole stream, you're just lurking or watching the VOD. Hope you had a lovely time. This says proud about Hot Lady Night. Thank you, thank you. I kind of went through this with Melania in the base game, where I just had this period of feeling like absolute dog shit. And here's the thing, I normally don't feel this bad from Souls boss fights. It's just Elden Ring in particular where I feel like I'm finally being humbled by From Software. Like, they're smacking me, and they're like, Lumi, you thought you were good at Souls-likes? You're not. You're not. You're garbage. You're trash. But that's okay. I don't have to be good at Souls-likes to enjoy them. I don't have to be good at all. But we will be defeating the Divine Dancing Beast Lion last time. I can say that with absolute certainty. You're playing on self-imposed hard mode reminder? Yes, that is also true. I'm not using summons or anything. And there's a whole bunch of other tools that I could be using that I'm simply not. Like, I could respec my build, but I'm not. I could summon, but I'm not. I could use the Mimic Tier or like other ashes, but I'm not. Because that's how I like playing. And if that means that things are going to be a bit harder, then so be it. It'll make victory feel all the more sweeter. Yeah, so what we're doing for the rest of the week. We're pretty much back to our usual stream schedule now that, 2026 is starting to, really come into motion. So tomorrow we're going to be doing another stream of Heroes Against Time at the same time that this stream started. In case you don't know what that is, it is a very cool, fast-paced, turn-based roguelite that I played last year, and I think the year before that as well. It's in full release now, and I was telling myself that I really wanted to 100% it, so streaming it is just an excuse to play more of it and work on 100%ing it. Then obviously I have Thursday off in my time zone, and then I will be back on Friday and Saturday at 12 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time for more Elden Ring, continuing on the DLC. We're absolutely going to be finishing Belurat next time, and moving on to the rest of the gravesite plane, because there's a couple more questline things to do here, there's a couple more bosses to tackle here, and then we'll get to move on to the next section of the DLC. That'll be very exciting. And then on Sunday, we will be continuing Once Upon a Katamari at the same time that those Elden Ring streams start, which Katamari is fun. Katamari makes me smile. Elden Ring makes me smile as well. It's just right now we're going through a bit of a struggle period, you know? It happened with Millennia. We went through a bit of a struggle period, but we overcame that obstacle, and I felt like a badass afterwards. I think I might look up some guides on how to dodge some of the Dancing Lions moves, because I think I have most of the moveset figured out, but there's some of those moves where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going based on vibes, and going based on vibes works most times, but sometimes it's nice to have a definitive answer to every attack that the boss can do, so I actually know what I have to do each and every single time. Anyway, let's see who is live right now. Who is gaming here on Twitch? A lot of people are, actually. I don't even know who to raid into. Because, like, I mean, if Marky was still streaming, would raid into Marky, right? But it's like a competition between us. It's like who finishes first. Who finishes their stream first. It's not a competition, I'm just being silly. I think I want to raid into... Let's see, has this stream been going for a while? Yeah, it has. I think I just want to raid into the ducks. I want to raid into Dash Ducks. We'll raid into the, like, actual proper streamer, tomorrow. But right now I just feel like I need ducks in my life. It's literally just a stream of a local farm of ducks. And you get to feed them if you raid into them. And I want to feed ducks. It's currently 4:22 AM for them, though, at the moment. But there's some ducks in the pond that are hanging around the food container. Sometimes ducks cure what ails you. Exactly. I think I just need ducks right now. It's a subscriber-only chat and an emote-only chat, so you don't have to worry about doing any raid messages. And obviously, if you don't want to come along for the raid, that's totally fine as well. Thank you, stream, Lumi. Have a good horizontal. Thank you, I will. I will. The ducks will make me happy. Aw, thank you for sending love my way as well, Looney. I had fun. I gotta emphasize, I had fun. Just a little bit tired, you know, taking a little bit longer to get through the dungeon. But I think this was a nice return to the Elden Ring streams for 2026, and I'm looking forward to more Elden Ring later in the week. So, let's get that raid up and going. Yeah, the ducks hunger for frozen peas, exactly. I'm gonna feed them. It's gonna be very exciting. So please take care of yourselves, everyone. Make sure to stretch and hydrate plenty, as I did throughout the stream. Make sure to self-care, take your meds in case you've forgotten. And the moral of this stream is that your self-worth is not tied to your performance in a video game, believe it or not. And, sometimes Souls games, especially the modern Souls games from Software, they're gonna kick your ass. And sometimes you just need to step away, take a break, look up some guides on how to get through the fight, because I don't feel any qualms. I don't feel any, like, reservations about looking up boss guides at this point. Because, like, obviously, like, I still have to win the fight. It's just a matter of, if I look up some guides, then I have an idea of how the fight is meant to go. Because, you know, it's kind of like you're following along with a dance, or like a script almost, with Souls-like boss fights. And if you don't know what to do for the script, then things kind of, they become pretty hard. A lot harder than they actually need to be. So yeah, that's enough from me. I will see you all tomorrow for Heroes Against Time, and later in the week for Elden Ring and Once Upon a Katamari. But until then, it's raid time. Bye bye!